Yo,
Hi.
we did it. How's it going?
It's going well.
That's good.
Yeah, it's going well. The weather's nice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no complaints.
That's cool. How was the crawfish party?
Oh, that was really good. We had a lot of kids come through because my neighbors and my clients, they brought their kids, and we had a bubble station.
Oh, wow.
A like outdoor set, like what do you call those?
Horseshoes?
No, not horseshoes. Like it's like bean bags that you throw.
Oh, cornhole.
Cornhole, yes, cornhole, giant Jenga, and like this new game that's like kind of like Tetris, but it like bobbles, and so like whoever puts their block on the Tetris and it like falls loses.
Oh, it's like a seesaw?
Yeah, like a seesaw Tetris game, and that was very popular. Yeah,
That actually sounds super fun.
yeah, and my cousin, she was there too. She's like, "Yeah, we just bought this at Costco, but it's not open yet," and her daughter loved it. It was just like playing that the whole time.
Oh, like this?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, like we were just so busy though.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, like this game.
Yeah, that looks like fun.
We were so busy, Grant and I were so busy that we didn't really even have time to eat or really do anything.
Yeah.
And so like after the party, we actually went out to the same restaurant we got the crawfish at the boat, and we had food then.
And you ate crawfish?
Yeah.
That's so funny. You throw a crawfish party and you're so busy you don't even get a chance to eat.
Yeah.
I would kind of expect how many people showed up?
Probably, I would say like 50 something.
Yeah, that's almost
people.
like getting married. And when you're like getting married, you're also like, go over here for a photo, go over there for this.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's just
exactly
busy.
what
Yeah.
a lot of people have told us, and that's what Grant. That was basically the first thing he said. He's like, "Well, if we had a wedding, it'd kind of be like this because we didn't have a wedding. We just went to the courthouse."
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, we have money, but I'm like, we don't need. Or like our parents gave us money, and it's like, we don't need to spend all of that. You know, like 60, 80 grand on a wedding for one day.
Completely agree. I have a buddy who did the exact same thing. Went to the courthouse. He's like, hey, guys, I got married.
Yeah.
And didn't throw a party. And I was like, good on you, man. Good on you to just say screw it.
Yeah.
You know?
So, I mean, you can do so much with that money. You can take a
Yes.
long vacation.
Have you seen that show, Marriage or Mortgage?
No, I haven't.
Oh, man. It's disgusting. It's these people who are like, we have 50 grand. Should we buy a house or get married? And people are like, we're going to get married.
What?
Yeah, there are people who make that decision.
Oh my goodness. I bet like they find people like that, like in the
man.
casting.
Yeah, people who are like, are you going to say you're going to get married? Because
We want
that'll
that.
be good TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be fun to make fun of you.
Yeah, marriage or mortgage. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'll tune in.
Oh, man, it's awful, though, because you're just sitting there screaming at the TV the whole time, like, what are you doing? Why would you do that?
Oh my goodness. I would definitely, as a real estate agent, I would totally be like, you are a dumbass.
You're an idiot for that. That sucks. Yeah, but these elaborate, I mean, like, I feel bad because I'm talking shit because I was just at an elaborate wedding in Mexico, and it was a lot of fun. It was awesome, but man, dude, you could do so much with that money. That's the thing.
Yeah. Oh my. Yeah. Like I've been to the most elaborate wedding I've ever been to was in India, and it was like a week long. And I didn't even attend all the festivities. I think it was like in total like 2 weeks long, you know, for family. And so it was just incredible. Like I think they spent $1 million. There were like thousands of people there. There was like armed security guards, and it was just crazy. It was like such a spectacle. And I think she also got us outfits for each day of the wedding that we were there.
Yeah.
And then she also had like hair and makeup for each one of us. I was just like, oh my God.
Were they part of like a upper class, like a high caste system?
Yeah. So her husband makes car plates for all of northern India.
Car plates?
Yeah. Car plates.
Like he's the guy?
Yeah.
Wow. Like
Yeah.
he started the business?
Or his family started the business.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's rich.
Yeah.
He's rich as hell. Do they live here? How'd you meet him?
I went to school with the bride. She's like one of my best friends. So that's how we met. And then,
So she lives in India now?
yeah, she lives in New Delhi.
Damn.
Yeah. She's Indian, so it's not
Oh,
a
okay.
big deal.
I thought she got swooped away by a charming, rich Indian man.
Well, she did, definitely. But so she's from Hyderabad, like middle of India. And she went to school in New York. So her family's also well off.
Oh, that's right. You went to school in New York.
Yeah, New York.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we had a whole bunch of international kids, and she was one of them. And we met, and I don't know, like I watched her dating in New York, and it's rough. And so I'm super happy for her when she found, the one, because her parents were really pressuring her too. She was like, I'd say older in India, and as in like
What's older, like 21?
yeah, probably like 20. If anything, I think
That's
past
crazy.
25. I think.
To be 23 and your parents are like, you're getting up there. That's kind of scary.
Yeah,
That is terrifying.
yeah. Now she has 2 kids, and they're adorable.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You been to visit her?
I haven't. I've been to India 3 times, but I need to make my 4th trip to see her and her kids.
What do you think of India?
I love India. I love the colors. I love the food. I love, the energy. But I did get a really bad stomach the first time I went.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's the thing that India gets a bad rap for.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was so careful too. Like I only ate at hotels. I didn't drink tap water. I still got a bad stomach. And it was just the most horrible thing ever. And but then I remember I was like asking her to help get me some medicine. And we went to a pharmacy, and they gave me this like yellow pill. And I took it, and immediately, like, all the symptoms were gone.
Wow.
So I'm still like, I'm just so amazed.
What was that?
Yeah, yeah.
What'd you give me? It was just meth. They're like, that was meth. We just knew it would make you feel better.
Yeah.
But that's interesting. I've always heard that India has like they get that those super bacteria. You ever heard of that?
Oh, yeah, super bacteria. But they're everywhere, super bacteria, right?
Really? I thought it was because they are one of the countries that kind of are lax about antibiotics.
Yeah, yeah.
So they get really massive bacteria resistant to antibiotic type situation.
I can see that. I can see that. Because, like, they manufacture a lot of these, like, medicines.
Oh, really?
Yeah, too. Yeah. So definitely, I'm not surprised at all.
Did you get any of the street food?
No, I was too afraid for that.
I've seen those pop up on my algorithm all the time. Is people doing the street food? One of them I see is people doing like eggs, but they mix it with like a Fanta. Have you seen that?
I've not seen that.
It's so weird the things they do. They'll put like soda inside of like fried rice or something.
What?
It's like, why
Indian street food?
Yeah. I've been seeing a lot of videos like that. I'm like, it's very interesting that they're doing that.
Oh, I wonder what it tastes like.
I can't imagine it's great, but
yeah.
I mean, they're advertising it, so.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have Indian street food because my Indian friends were just like, avoid that.
Don't do that.
Yeah, especially if you don't have like the gut bacteria that everyone else has, you know? But I do love street food. Like I lived in Thailand for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I would have street food and I'd have bad stomachs a lot.
Oh, really?
But it was so good. The food is so good that I was like, I'm
It's
willing to
worth it.
sacrifice. Yeah.
That's funny. That's crazy. You knew that you would get sick, and you're like, man, that must have been really damn good.
It's so good. Like,
Have you ever
Thai
had
food.
something here like that would compare to that in Austin?
I think the closest thing would be DD's, where Radio Coffee is. Like,
On
I think,
Burleson?
yeah, I think they're having a brick and mortar.
DD's?
Yeah, DD's.
Oh shit, that's really close.
Radio
then.
Coffee. It's like kind of a food truck, and you
It's
have
Thai
to
food?
pre-order. Yeah, DD's.
Did I get that right? Oh, here we go.
Yeah. So they're closing that down, I think, and then having a real brick and mortar. It's really tasty.
This
The
isn't even
chicken.
Austin, is it? No, this is in Pittsburgh.
No, DD.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Austin. Yeah, that would be nice. I've been going to 8 at 8. That's like my go-to.
Oh, I love 888 too. 888 so good.
Yeah.
But the chicken stew is super spicy at DD, but super delicious.
Chicken stew. Mm-hmm. And they're closing that one down. They're going to open up on right by my place. Love that for me.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I like Thai food. I like Indian. Big fan of pho. Vietnamese food. Ooh,
I
so
love
good.
it. Yeah, if I had to pick one cuisine to eat for the rest of my life, it would probably be Vietnamese food.
Vietnamese.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the best one to go for. I think that's definitely up there. Anthony Bourdain, I think, put that number 2. Number 1, I think, was Peruvian food.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So like ceviche and what else they got going on up there?
Wow. Like, I know there's Peruvian corn. They're like larger kernels.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never heard of that.
Yeah, I don't know much about Peruvian food.
Yeah. Big ceviche. That's like the big one that I know.
Yeah, I love ceviche. I'm not picky with food at all. But, you
Yeah.
know,
What's the worst?
what's the worst?
Yeah.
Like, I would never.
Like you said, for the rest of your life, Vietnamese, what would be hell? What's the opposite?
Probably if I had to eat like hot dogs for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Like American food.
That would be pretty bad.
Because like American food, it's like kind of a mashup of all these different cuisines. But like, I don't know what's truly American. Like pizza is Italian, right?
Right.
So I think like the most American would be like hamburgers and hot dogs.
I think hot dog is still got a little bit of that German in it.
Oh yeah.
I think it's still pretty obviously German, but I think the hamburger is, yeah, that's from here for sure.
Hamburgers.
But even a hamburger the rest of my life, depending on the hamburger, wouldn't be that bad. Hot dog would be bad though.
Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't be living for too long
Yeah.
if you had to eat hamburgers for the rest of your life.
You would die for sure. I think my number 1 would probably have to be Japanese food.
Oh, Japanese food is delicious.
Yeah, I think I would have to do that just because you get ramens and sushi. Just
Yeah.
the vegetables in general, like everything about that would be probably my number 1.
Yeah. Yeah. I really want to go to Japan.
You never been?
No, I've only been into the airport.
Bummer.
Yeah. I know. Have you been?
No, never been. I would love to go. I think it'd be fun as hell. I always wanted to not go to Tokyo though. That's kind of what I want to do. I want to go out into kind of like rural Japan where there's like trees and
Monkeys.
yeah, I think that would be cool and kind of get a more small town feel because Tokyo is just so massive. Mm-hmm. I feel like it would be a bit too much.
Yeah.
I like kind of a slower paced vibe. Go to like a spa. That'd be nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's called like onsen or something where you could just like bathe with a whole bunch of people in some spa
Yeah.
or one of those like outdoor lakes or something like that, like that's heated. what's that? The hot springs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, I heard there's these monkeys in Japan, and they do something so interesting. They have the hot springs that they all get into, and they have a hierarchy of which monkeys are allowed into the hot spring and which ones aren't. So certain monkeys are like, you're not allowed in here. You're not part of the upper class.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So they have monkeys that are high class that are in the spa all the time. And then they have like a middle class who kind of guard the spa, and then sometimes they're allowed in. And then there's like the untouchables who are like, you get away, and they like shoo them.
I wonder how they determine
I have no idea.
the hierarchy.
I saw it on Nat Geo once, and I was like, that's so human. It's weird.
Yeah. But I mean, we are
monkeys.
Yeah.
We are monkeys for sure. Yeah, and we're doing the same thing. We just realize like, hey, if you have money, you can come in. Really, is the end game for us.
Yeah.
But a spa in Japan would be real nice. I heard they don't let you in if you have tattoos.
Oh yeah, I heard that too because of
Yakuza.
the Yakuza. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure how real that is.
I'm not sure either. But I have heard that also from other people.
Yeah. I don't know if they would do like, you're not Yakuza. Like if you show them an ID, they would be like, maybe we'll take a gamble on you. But I don't know. I think it would be cool regardless. Yeah. I don't have any tattoos.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, oh, are you worried?
No, I have no tattoos.
Okay.
I'd go in there with like one of those like clamp on like butterfly tattoos.
A tramp stamp.
Yeah. I'm Yakuza. Yeah. Do you have tattoos?
No, I don't. Yeah, I do not. I almost got one, I think, when I was, right out of college because I thought it was super cool. But then I was like, I never could figure out what I actually wanted. I just like wanted a tattoo, I think, because like a lot of people were getting them.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad I never got one.
Yeah, I'm also glad. My sister got a bunch, and when she was in her 20s. And now that she's in her late 30s, she's actually removing them.
Oh my gosh, isn't that painful?
Yeah, she says it's not fun. But she's been doing it. And I'm kind of glad I didn't do it either. And they're expensive.
Yeah.
People don't talk about that, but it's a lot of money.
Yeah. A good tattoo artist, I'm sure. I feel like when I get older and I have a tattoo, like I'd have to stretch it out to see like, what it is again, because you get all wrinkly and stuff. But yeah, super happy that never happened.
Although I have seen some old people with like tattoos and it does look kind of badass. I won't lie. I have seen some old people where I'm like, dang, that looks cool. It looks like they had a life,
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't want to do it.
Did you almost ever get a tattoo?
Never. This is so dumb. On a dare, I almost put my NMLS number on my butt.
What?
Yeah. So like my loan NMLS number, someone was like, you got to tattoo that on your butt. And I was like, So I almost did it, but I didn't end up doing it.
Oh my gosh.
That would have been hilarious though.
Yeah, but you'd like regret that forever.
Hey, if I'm a lender forever, then maybe it would, I don't know. I think that'd be kind of funny to just be like, you want to see my NMLS number? I'll show you my NMLS number.
Yeah. Yeah. I was dating a guy too in my 20s who had tattoos everywhere, and I think he was like really trying to convince me to get one too. So I made the right decision. I was just like, no.
Yeah, they're cool for a bit, but if you get tired of it, it's like, man, you made a big decision.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
I mean, how much does it cost to remove it besides like the pain? I think it also costs quite a bit.
No, actually. Let me look it up. I know to get some of them, like the bigger ones, are like $600, $700 at times. Let's see. How much is tattoo removal? You know, it would be better if I was on Google. Oh, here we go. $200 to $500 per session.
Oh.
That's for one session. My sister had to do several.
Oh my gosh.
That's not good.
Why is she removing her tattoos?
Doesn't like it. I mean, she got one of like a cat sitting by a campfire,
Okay.
and it was on her leg. And won't lie, it was kind of ugly. Just wasn't great. And she was like, "Nah, it's awesome." And then 5 years later, she was like, "Yeah, it is not. It's not great." It's hard to tell someone that it's not great, but I mean, some tattoos are just not good. That's the way it is.
Yeah, I would never. I mean, unless I never wanted to, speak to them again. But because they just put it on their body and it's like there forever. And
It's
they're
there
like,
forever.
hey, that looks, subpar. Then then what are they gonna do?
Yeah. Then you got to do this. Yeah, here we go. Average costing session 175, but can be as low as 100. Yeah, man, that's
The
expensive.
pain though, I bet it's super painful.
It's probably very painful. I think if you're in your 20s and you get it, there's a good chance you might regret. But I think if you get them later, like 30s, 40s, you'll probably have it for a while.
Yeah.
But I think, in your 20s, you kind of go, "Oh, that's so cool," and you just kind of jump the gun.
With a lot of things too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think also with marriage, I was reading an article. If you get married in your 20s or straight out of college, you're more likely to get a divorce than if you waited a little longer.
Really?
And got married. Yeah. In
Interesting.
your 30s.
I heard something about this actually myself, and it was the numbers around marriage is actually skewed.
Okay.
So the one, they say like 50% of marriages end in divorce. It's actually not that high. The reason why it is that high, technically, is because some people get married and then divorced and then married and then divorced and then married. So some people are just serial divorcees.
Oh, yeah.
And they're skewing the numbers for everybody else. But in reality, the number is more like 30, 35.
Oh, okay.
So, but there are people out there who are just putting up numbers like LeBron on divorces,
Yeah, it's the outliers.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know a few friends who got married right out of college and they have kids and now they're getting a divorce. And my cousin, she actually got married and didn't tell anyone and then got divorced like a month later. And then she
A month?
a month later.
The hell
and
happened?
then now she's married again. Yeah. I think she never really said, but he is a policeman. And I don't know. I think they had a lot of fights, and so she felt, I think she divorced him without him even knowing. She just went to the courthouse.
Oh,
and
dang.
then went out of state or something like that. And now she's married again.
That's funny. You can get married and both people have to know, but for divorce, it's not the same.
Yeah.
They don't need to know. It's just like, oh, we're divorced.
Yeah, but she's married to a guy who also got divorced, and they came close to getting divorced several times. She has 3 kids now, but when she was pregnant with her twins, she was telling me I need to get a divorce. I can't stand him anymore. And I'm just like, you're going to have 3 kids, Are you going to be a single mom with 3 kids?
Well, not necessarily single. I mean, they'll trade off the kids, right?
Yeah, but, who knows? Just,
Yeah.
it's going to be, you're going to have to be working a
Right.
lot, too.
Right.
To support.
To deal with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's tough. That is tough.
Yeah.
I could not imagine 3 kids. I was talking about this with the guy on the podcast last about having kids. He was like, "I want to have 4 of them," and I was sitting here thinking, dude, I don't even think I want any. To be completely honest, I don't want any kids. Maybe later in my life, but right now, wow.
Yeah. I mean, they are a lifetime commitment.
Yeah.
And I want kids. Like I want two.
Yeah.
But like in my 20s, I always thought I or knew that the day would come where I would, want to have kids. But that day, I just feel like it's more of a responsibility that I need to fulfill instead of me actually wanting to have kids. Like I haven't gotten that
Responsibility
feeling.
that I need to fulfill. Like you should have kids.
Yeah, yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. So, because that's like the next phase of your life.
Right, right. Do you ever feel like you get pressure from family members to have kids?
Oh, all the time. My mom's always asking me. So whenever she sees me, she's like, "Hey, like, do you have any good news? Like, why are y'all trying at least? And then I'm like, no, we're waiting, until after our honeymoon because we didn't have a wedding but we want a honeymoon.
Right.
And I don't want to be pregnant on the honeymoon. And
Yeah,
so
that'd be a bummer.
She's like, why? You're so old. Like, you can't be waiting.
That's
You're going to
so
have
mean.
a geriatric pregnancy. I'm like, Mom, like, I will already have a geriatric pregnancy.
I think after 35.
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know. I'm actually really like nervous about that because I see like, I think pregnancy is just going to be a really tough time. Just lots of pain, lots of gas, lots of hormones, like tears,
Oh, yeah.
Because I saw that with my cousins, and I'm not looking forward to that.
Yeah, that is a bummer. Mm-hmm. For sure.
Yeah, but I don't have that baby fever or
You're not hungry for it?
not yet. Yeah. But I know like the time is up. Like I need to
Yeah.
do it.
But there's a lot of things people do now to make it work.
Yeah. Like for instance, surrogacy, I guess.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
could do all sorts of stuff to make it happen. Mm-hmm. I feel like if you don't, I feel like just the responsibility aspect isn't enough for me. It's like, but do you want to? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, do you want to, or is it just a responsibility?
Yeah. I think for me, it's maybe I don't like want to, but I know like if I don't do it now, it's
going to go away.
yeah. Then what if I do feel like I want to, like when I'm 45, but then you can't,
But then you can't.
Yeah.
That's what's so tough about being a girl compared to being a guy.
Yeah.
It's such a different experience because guys don't even think about this stuff. It's not even in our realm.
Yeah.
We're just like, oh, I mean, whatever you want,
Yeah.
I'm
You can
sure-
have kids when you're 80.
I'm sure your husband says that too, where he probably is just like, whatever you want to do. Because
Yeah.
to him, it's just like, or does he really want kids? How does that work?
No, he really wants kids.
Ah, okay.
I think he has the baby fever.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Okay.
So yeah, and he's a doctor, so he knows like the cycle and
Oh, what kind of doctor?
ortho.
Okay.
So he's an orthopedic surgeon and he specializes in like lower extremities. So
Ortho's
ankle.
bone?
Yeah,
Okay.
bone.
Yeah.
Bone doctor.
Bone doctor.
Yeah, our Wi-Fi
sounds cooler.
password. Yeah, our Wi-Fi name at home is Bone Palace.
Nice. Bone Palace.
Yeah.
Damn, people are going to steal it now.
Well,
No, I'm joking. Nah, that's funny.
yeah, no, but he really enjoys surgery. He enjoys surgery, but like now he's a traveling physician, so he goes to like Oregon, New Jersey and stuff to cover for doctors who like are on vacation or on leave or something like that. And he enjoys that way more than full time like at a private practice, which he was before. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Isn't he doing tech also?
Yeah, he has his own software company called Gale AI. And so basically it does medical billing for you, or AI does medical billing for you, which is a very long and tedious process for doctors. A lot of times they lose money because they don't bill correctly. But Gale AI basically is like helps you bill correctly and also bill without needing a human to do it for you, because right now like they have people that are medical billers or who will do that for you. Yeah.
Sponsored by Bill AI.
Gale AI.
Gale AI. That's what it is. Gale AI. That's cool. Yeah. So where have you guys like on any cool trips lately?
No. Well, cool trips. We went to San Francisco for his medical conference because he was there promoting Gale AI. No, we haven't had any cool trips. I mean, he also does wound care, and I'm a realtor, so whenever we go on trips, we miss out on money, and it just...
You got to lock in.
Yeah. I need to time block and just be like, okay, I'm going to give this to myself. I'm going to go on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's important. I don't really like going on trips, which is difficult because I also do need vacation. So I have to give myself time blocks to just not work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I don't really care to travel. And that's usually the classic thing that people do. But if I don't want to do that, I end up just working. And it's like, no, I have to like find a way to separate entirely from work and do something else for a little bit.
Yeah.
Which is a challenge.
Yeah. I mean, you have to live life.
Yeah.
I think. I say this to myself all the time. Like, you have to live life. And you can't make life... I mean, work is one component. But you can't make your life all about one
work.
component. Which I need to like take my own advice. But yeah, we're both, I'd say, workaholics.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah. Like that's what we sit down, like when we have dinner, we sit down and we talk about work.
Yeah. So you know everything that's going on with his job and he knows everything that's going on with yours?
Yeah, basically, yes.
Nice. Well, that's good. That's a good dynamic.
Yeah. And how about you? Like, do you have like anybody that you get to talk? Any romantic partners?
No romantic partners. But I feel like I get to talk about myself to someone. I bet it's like cathartic to sit there and chat about what's going on with your day.
Yeah.
With your husband. For me, how do I get that out? I'm trying to think. I guess I don't really chat with too many people. I mean, sometimes I chat with my friends when we're all on like a call together doing, like I said, games, or when I go out, I can get it out that way. But definitely not dating anyone or anything like that.
How is the scene here, in your opinion?
Dating?
Austin dating scene.
Dating. I heard someone say this the other day, and I liked it. I thought it was really good. It was everybody's attractive. Everybody's looking to date, but everyone's too good for everybody else. That's what's going on.
that's yeah.
Everybody's doing great. Everyone's feeling great, but everyone's like, I'm better than you are. That's how it is. So it's, you get these, that's why you hear a lot about the, what do you call it? When like you're just texting each other. I forgot what they call it.
Breadcrumbing or... No, that's something else.
Oh my God.
Casual.
We're just talking, I guess. Just like talking stage. That's it. We're in the talking stage. A lot of times you get there with someone and then it just doesn't go any farther because it's just like, well,
yeah, you have to meet in person.
Well, meeting in person obviously is the next step.
Yeah.
But, sometimes it just doesn't even get there.
Yeah.
Because again, it's like, who's that? But I have a lot of friends who... I'm not too much of the kind of guy who's like, I'm going to go out, have a date, and just try to get laid. A lot of guys are that kind of guy, and they say that the apps are like that, pretty good for that. And I'm just not that guy. I'm like, I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to meet somebody that's like cool and have a long thing with. But if you're trying to do that, I think the apps work fine.
Yeah.
But I think for anything else, it's like, probably not great, you know? But Austin, I think, is one of those towns where there's a lot of people just coming in to live and to enjoy themselves. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to something serious, it's tougher to find that.
Yeah.
But that's been my experience.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, like so I met Grant on Bumble.
Nice.
Yeah, and so I agree. Like previously, a lot of the people I met, like, on like, I don't know, Hinge or, Bumble or whatever else, like I didn't use Tinder because like that's in the straight world, like an obvious hookup app, or in my opinion.
Well, check it out. So I went to a wedding last year. They met on Tinder.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think I do agree with you, though. I think Tinder is a hookup app now and for most of its life. Mm-hmm. But I think when it first came out, it was actually a pretty solid dating app. It was like legitimate.
Yeah.
But I think now it's a bit more of, what are you doing right now?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like Sniffies for gays. Is it Grindr?
Sniffies?
Yeah.
I thought Grindr was the Grindr.
Grindr used to be like the hookup.
What's Sniffies?
Sniffies is like just it's like a dating app, but with a lot of penises and torsos.
That's
as
so
photos.
Funny.
And that's literally what they
And
use.
that's
It's
like
a
your
hookup
intro
app.
photo is just some guy's penis?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, because my brother, he's gay and he uses these apps. And he showed me once, and it was just like, like profile pics of just penis, torso, butts. Like that's it. You
Is
didn't
that
even see the
appealing to him?
face. I mean,
I feel like that would be,
I think for certain purposes, like
I guess. I mean, if you're into it, I guess, yeah. But I mean, even if I was a gay man, I feel like scrolling through penis after penis after penis, I'd be like, hey, man, maybe like a face would be nice. Like, who are you? You know what I mean?
I mean, but that's the thing. Like Sniffies is I think he says purely a hookup app, and Grindr has become more of like a serious. Like I'm there
really?
to get into a serious relationship.
That does make sense, though, because Grindr has had a lot of good marketing and publicity.
Yeah.
So a lot of people know about Grindr. So the fact that it's more legitimized kind of makes sense. Mm-hmm. That would never work in the straight community.
What?
Just like take a photo of your torso and then put it on there. That
Oh
would
yeah,
never work.
no, it would not work for girls looking at the app trying to find a guy.
For girls, yeah, there's no
think,
chance.
I think if girls did that, like it'd work well.
You like lesbians?
No, like if girls posted like their boobs and
then put it on an app?
Yeah.
I think it would work well.
For guys looking.
But the thing is it would be just like apps now, where guys swipe on everybody.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then girls would be like, no. Like if you had to just go through a sea of penises, you'd be like, oh God. Like you wouldn't, it would get annoying after a while.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Eventually it's going to be like, what kind of guy are you? You know?
Yeah.
But I think for guys, yeah, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all.
Yeah. I mean, they're just there to hook up,
Yeah.
you know? So.
And some girls are, but I think, a girl also wants to see your face. I think that is important.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
The face is probably my most important criteria.
Yeah. You can't tell enough about a guy by just seeing his penis. I think that's pretty true. It's like you could be a murderer. Like I need to know who you are, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the safety thing is huge.
Yeah. For girls.
For girls.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean.
Mina, come here. Come here. Come on. She's over there being cute. I want her to be. Mina, come here. Come on. Come here.
She's like,
go.
Fine.
She's like, all right. She loves that corner, but I want her to be over here.
She likes the sun.
I think she's bailing out on it. Yeah. She's going back down. Yeah.
Yeah. How long have you lived here?
2019 November. So this would be year 5, almost 6.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Do you like this community?
I love it. I got my own space. Everyone here is kind of young and just doing their own thing. Pretty close to downtown. Pretty close to anything fun that I like. One downside, not great food around here.
Yeah.
I got 888, which is the king. And then other than that, not a whole lot going on. A lot of food trucks, like taco food trucks, which are fine. But it would be nice to have something else.
More variety.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We moved to the place we're at now, like in December of 2023.
What part of town?
Like it's in Rosedale, so the Grove in Rosedale.
The Grove in Rosedale. Is that north?
Yeah. So it's right above Terrytown.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, and I love that location because it's central and close to everything. Like if you want to go to North Austin for like Asian, like authentic Asian cuisine, then it's easy.
Yeah, there's
You can
great
go
food
down
up there.
South. Yeah, to go downtown.
I have to say, though, I hate North Austin.
Oh, why?
I just think it's a concrete jungle. And it's characterless.
Interesting.
That's my impression. And I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's because you're a Southie.
I'm a South guy. Yeah. Southie sounds like I'm from Boston. But yeah, I think South just has so much more character. Like there's so many more cool places and it's more open and there's more green spaces and there's more space. It's less congested. I just think it's nicer down here. When I go north, it's just like gas station, parking lot, shopping center, homes,
Yeah.
gas station. It's just like
Too packed in.
too packed all in one area. It feels like I'm driving into Houston. You know what I mean? When you're going through that area.
Yeah. I mean, Allendale has character. That's, Crestview. I mean, it's a little packed in Crestview, but Allendale's really nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go even more north and go to Georgetown, and that's got a lot of
Georgetown
character.
has a lot of character.
Yeah.
But that's too far.
Yeah.
Way too far. I had a buddy that would drive from Georgetown here for work every day, 6 a.m. I was
my
like,
gosh.
that would suck, dude.
Yes.
That
How
would
long
suck.
would he commute for?
Just think it's about an hour each way.
Oh my goodness.
What he would do is he would show up at 6 a.m. because he wanted to skip traffic. So he would get here before traffic got crazy.
Oh.
And then he would leave his house at like 7 or something. Or leave work, at 7.
Wow. So he came early and stayed late.
And stayed late.
Did he get promoted?
Yes. A lot.
Oh, nice.
He would be working all the time. And he was so good at his job. And I was like, why are you still here? And he's like, because it's an hour-long drive home. I might as well work. Than be sitting in traffic.
Yeah.
So good on him.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
What does he do?
I was when I was working at Realtor.com.
Oh,
So we
got
were
it.
selling mortgage leads and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, like putting in the time really.
Yeah. So he's in there just all day long. He would be sourcing different people, calling people. Do you need this? Do you need that? He was there all day long.
Wow.
Yeah. He was good. He was the best sales guy there was. And that's how I got into mortgages. Is I got hired by a client, and then I started selling mortgages through them.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. So how long have you been doing mortgages? Like,
So 2020 is when I started at the beginning. So
that's a great time to start.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And we were getting leads. Oh my God, it was so easy. You used to get these people with like 500, 600 credit score. Like I had one guy, he had a credit score of 530. And back then you get an interest rate of 3%. You could buy any home. There was a bunch of them. And it was happy. And he was like, all right, you're good. Like, go out and buy. That would never happen now.
Oh, really?
There's no way.
Well, no, not 3%, but like.
Not 3%. No way someone with that credit score is going to be able to afford the mortgage is the other thing.
Oh, what does that mean?
So back then, you could have a really bad credit score, get an FHA loan find a home and buy it. Now it's like a lot of places won't take an FHA loan. If they would, his interest rate would be high and he couldn't afford it. And so a lot of these people that I used to focus on, these FHA people, a lot of them don't buy anymore because they just can't afford it. It's just too expensive.
Yeah.
Like the home is too expensive and the interest rate's too expensive. So it's just too much. Like we were getting people who were making $50,000 a year and they were buying houses.
Oh, what? Yeah. That definitely wouldn't happen. Now.
Exactly. And that does not happen now. A big thing was, what was I going to say? Oh, the average person bought their first home, I think in 2019, their age was about 30.
Oh, okay.
Now, the average person that buys a home, their age is 38.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw a statistic that, like nationwide statistic, that boomers are actually buying most of the real estate.
For sure they are.
Yeah.
Because they're just like even my parents. My parents are boomers. And they just buy real estate all the time, and then they sell it, they buy another one, they sell, they buy another one. They're always doing that, looking for some kind of deal or rental situation. So they're doing that all the time. And there's a lot of other old people that do that all the time. But the thing is, either A, they're not borrowing money, and, well, I mean, that's it. It's the main thing, is they're just not borrowing money because they have cash to play with, you know?
Yeah. And also they built their equity a long time ago, too. So if they sell...
So they've established themselves. Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So they live here in Austin.
They live 5 doors that way.
Oh my God. That's amazing. I wish my parents lived so close to me.
Yeah. It's a blessing and a curse.
Oh, like, curse in what way?
I have a great relationship with my parents. It's a blessing in the sense that they can watch my dog when I'm going away. They help out. I can go have dinner with them whenever I want. It's a curse in the sense of a lot of favors. You know what I mean? They're like, hey, can you do something for me real quick? Like, can you come over here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of that going on. Some, too much proximity to your parents can just be annoying. I think, sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to think like, oh my God, I don't want to be like,
near
too
them,
close or near. Like, that's why I went to school far away. Went to college far away. But now, as I, get wiser and older, I'm like, I really appreciate having them around.
Yeah.
And like,
parents get a lot of hate, I think, in American culture, especially. Yeah.
Because like there will be a time when they're not there anymore, know. So like I try to spend as much time as I can with them. Because like life is short. So
yeah, I agree. I think it's good to spend time with them. I enjoy them. But I get the initial reaction of, oh my God, get me out of here. My sister was like that. She moved on the other side of town. She was very like, I don't want to be near them at all. But now she's kind of like saying what you've been saying, where she's very appreciative that they're around and that they're in the same town, and she hangs out with them a lot more. She's thinking about moving closer to them.
Oh, nice.
So, but at first that was the opposite. I've never really had a problem with my parents. They always kind of left me alone. So it's always been pretty easy for me. But for her, she was the problem child. So she was always like, get away. I want to do my own thing. You know what I mean?
I think I was the problem child.
How many sisters or brothers you got?
I have one brother, little brother, and I think
You said he was gay too?
Yeah, he's gay.
And he wasn't the problem child?
No, because he came out like a lot later. He came out when he was like 25. I mean, we all knew.
Right.
Like he'd paint his room.
He's painting the rainbow flags.
But like he'd paint it and he'd make sure like his sheets are like nice and like matching together. Like there are small things where
that's funny.
Or like he'll run in a certain way.
Yeah.
And like he liked Hello Kitty.
Does he talk in a certain way?
No, he doesn't talk in a certain way, but it's just like small things. Like I think he played football growing up. And I think
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been a good disguise.
Yeah. Yeah. He disguised himself. And he's good at code switching. Is that what they say?
Yeah, that's the
Like
thing. Yeah,
he can like be
he's a chameleon.
yeah,
Yeah.
be straight and stuff. But yeah, like I don't know. He's really good at, blending in and, kind of acting a certain way or reading the room, and figuring out like how do I need to act and who do I need to be in this group?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what were you doing?
Well, so I used to figure skate a lot.
Really?
Yeah, and I competed.
Here?
Yeah, in Austin. There were two rinks. There was North Cross Mall rink
What?
and Chaparral Ice.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah, and I would go there every
How'd you
morning.
get into that?
My mom loved the costumes,
Uh,
and she loved like the look of like just gliding on ice.
Excuse me if I'm wrong here. Did you say you were adopted at one point?
No,
No?
I
Okay.
That's not me.
Okay. I was trying to think if that was you. Okay, continue.
Yeah, so ice skating. Yeah, so there are two rinks, and I would go every morning at 5 a.m. And after school, I would go back to the rink. And so basically, if I didn't do something right like my I fell too many times, or like, I don't know, like I didn't do the perfect like leg rise, then she would, I would get disciplined.
Oh, you just got flack from your mom then.
Yeah, and
she was strict.
And then I would, act out by, I don't know, not doing the dishes when they asked, or like, not.
And your brother never did that?
And he never did that. He saw like how I got punished, and so I think he took notes, and he was just like, nope, not doing that, not doing.
Well, does
that.
your dad watch football?
Oh, my dad, no, he doesn't watch football.
So then maybe there's something there.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, if your dad didn't have an opportunity to grade him and correct him and get on him,
Yeah.
but your mom had the opportunity to do that with you,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It would create some tension there.
Yeah. I think she, well, my brother's also jealous. He tells me, he's like, she spent so much money and like time and effort and energy on you, but she
Grass
never,
is greener.
Yeah, she never did it for me. So
Yeah. But at the same time, you were thinking like, hey, piss off.
yes. Yeah.
Grass is greener.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I didn't have that. Like with my parents, they were just very, like my sister was just sort of always doing wild stuff, dating a weird guy or whatever. So all the attention was on her and I could just kind of do whatever I wanted.
Oh, got it.
That was kind of what it was. I didn't want the attention. I was just like, I'm happy it's that I'm doing what I'm doing and no one cares. you
Yeah.
know? That's kind of what it was like for me.
Yeah. No, like I don't think I was like a classic problem child where, I would set fires. I don't know, like smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, like doing heroin or something.
Yeah.
Did you what was I going to say? How good were you?
So I represented Taiwan. For figure
Wow.
skating. Yeah.
Do you have a passport?
Yeah, I have a passport.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So your parents are from there?
Yeah. They're from Taiwan.
You weren't born there, though,
No,
right?
I wasn't. Yeah.
You were born in Texas?
In California.
California.
Yeah. And then we came here when I was 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I came here when I was 10, California. Mm-hmm. The Bay,
Yeah.
San Jose.
Valencia.
Valencia. That's
Yeah.
just north of LA?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Taiwan. Dude, we got to talk about that.
Yeah. What's up? What do you want to know?
Are they going to invade?
Oh, yeah, that's always the question. So, like, I've asked when I went last year, I asked my cousins, I was like, hey, are you worried about this? And they're just like, no. Like, China's always saying they're going to do something. They never really follow through. It's just empty threats. So, like, generally speaking, I think the people I know there, they're just like, oh, yeah, that's nothing. I think I'm more worried about it than they are. And they live there. Mm-hmm. So,
Man, invading Taiwan would be a large scale thing to do, though. Like so much could go wrong compared to like invading Ukraine or something. because Ukraine is like right there. It's just you cross a border and you're in Ukraine. Whereas Taiwan, you got to go over water. That's the big thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a lot could go badly. But it's interesting that they don't worry about that.
Yeah, and then they're like, well, if they do come, then I'm like, what are you going to do if they do come? They're like, well, everyone's going to leave, and then I'll just buy up the real estate. Says my uncle.
Dang. What a capitalist. Holy crap.
Yeah, I know. I'm just
When
like,
there's blood on the streets, buy real estate. That's wild. How many times you been?
so I used to go back every year. I think I've been probably like more than 20 times.
You speak Mandarin?
Yeah, I speak Mandarin.
That's so cool.
You speak Portuguese, right?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Mandarin's cooler. What does this mean? Shaoxi.
Shaoxi?
Shaoxi.
Shaoxi.
No?
No.
Nothing?
You can be like Xiaojie, that's lady.
No, it's
Or-
not quite that.
So
Shaoqi.
where did you hear this?
So, if I give you the context, you're going to know. I was hoping I could just pronounce it correctly.
Oh no.
So the context is, I used to be a waiter at a Chinese restaurant, and the owner.
Oh, Xiaoqi.
Yeah.
Xiaoqi. That means cheap.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anytime I was like, man, that guy didn't tip me. She's like, if someone doesn't tip me, you say Shaoxi.
Yeah, Xiao.
And I was like,
That's so funny, Xiaoqi.
Yeah. And I would always banter with them and be like, that guy's a Shaoqi. And they'd be like, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Xiaoqi, yes. Yeah, Xiaoqi.
Shaoqi. Okay. I was saying Shaoxi, so is
Yeah.
that Shaoqi?
Yeah, Xiaoqi.
Nice. Okay.
Chee. Yeah.
I gotta remember that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love doing that. And I would always go back into the office and be like, dude, that guy's a Shaoqi. And she'd be like, yeah, dude, screw that guy. It was so fun.
Funny. Oh my god! But I think there are a lot of Xiaoqi people in my, culture. It's just like, I don't know why. I think it's like,
Is that the culture of what's the culture of Taiwan? Like, if you had to explain it in just a few sentences.
so it's like, it's really like Chinese.
Yeah.
Actually, because like during World War II, a whole bunch of like nationalists. So they were like the communists and the nationalists lost. So a whole bunch of them just went to Taiwan. They went with Chiang Kai-shek, who was the leader of the nationalists at the time. So it's a very Chinese culture, except for I think they're more like soft in terms of how they react and how they interact with each other. Just more laid back and softer and like less serious than like mainland Chinese.
Than mainland China. Do you have a lot of experience with mainland China?
I've been there twice, so not a whole lot of experience, but like the people I meet from mainland China here versus like Taiwanese people who live here.
Right.
It kind of tracks still. They're just
So you think Chinese people are just more serious?
serious and straightforward, because Taiwanese people they want to be polite, they don't want to hurt your feelings.
Whereas the Taiwanese are a bit more laid back,
Yeah.
more down to earth.
Yeah, down to earth, and they're more
That almost
polite.
sounds more Americanized, kind of.
Yeah, basically.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So when you go there, it is a bit more westernized.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is. But like if you're in Taipei, like you'd have no problem getting around. But if you go down south, that's the more rural, like industrial type of place. And so you would have an issue if you don't speak Mandarin. Like a lot of people don't speak.
A lot of people don't speak
English,
English.
yeah.
Right. What an interesting thing. I think that'd be a great place to hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Taiwan, and there's a lot of nature too. Like
Is it kind of like, trying to think of even a comparison nature wise, like kind of more like not temperate but subtropical almost, kind of like Florida is kind of maybe what I would compare it to.
yeah, I would for
Yeah.
sure. It's like Florida, but there are like some mountains, and it gets a little bit more temperate,
Right.
or a little colder, and then you start seeing like different trees.
Right.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's kind of how I pictured it, because I know it's farther south, so it's going to be more. It's got a bit more of that tropic kind of feel to it, but I've never really knew anything about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's basically like what else? I love the food there. I love the people because they're more laid back and also polite. And they're just like got a cozy vibe to them, you know, just like homey, cozy,
Yeah.
like furry vibes.
Any crazy stories while you were there?
In Taiwan, no, not really.
No.
No crazy stories. Yeah, no, it's like I just feel like nothing really crazy ever happens there. I
Yeah.
mean, well, the weather, like flooding, that could happen.
Oh, yeah.
Earthquakes can happen. But for me personally, I don't really have any. I just have good memories of Taiwan. Yeah, but in Thailand, I have a lot of crazy stories from Thailand.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What was going on there?
So I was there for helping my friend out with their co-working space. Because this was right after I quit my job in New York as a journalist. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to have an eat, pray, love moment and just go to Thailand.
Nice.
And so they, yeah.
That movie.
Yeah. Wait, have you seen it?
No, I haven't, but just the grip it has in our society is so funny.
Yeah. No, for sure. Especially for women, I think. You
Oh,
know?
yeah, it resonated for sure. That was like the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants of the 2010s.
Yeah, basically.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just got everybody being like, I got to do that. Yeah.
And so, yeah, there are like crazy things happening all the time. Like it's a big party city in Bangkok. There's like, you can find anything and everything in terms of like your vices, like it's there.
How long were you there?
A year and a half. Yeah. But I mean, some of the things like sex tourism is huge there.
Oh, yeah, that's the
Yeah.
big one. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I also feel like there are like a lot of foreigners in Bangkok. Like it's almost like when I'm in Bangkok, I see more foreigners than I do Thai people. And I feel like a lot of them have like this like perception of Thailand, and they in turn like don't treat people with respect, like who are Asian, you know, because of this perception they have. Like I'm here for fun. I'm here to, you know, and
Nothing else matters other than
yeah.
my entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, and like I try to teach English too to get like, you know, a little bit more income there. And like the Thai people themselves are like, if you were white, you would get paid way more than what we're offering you. And I'm like, well, I went to college. I'm an American. They're like, no, like you got to have like the face.
You know, it's so funny that you say this, because that exact thing happens in Brazil.
Oh, really?
Exact same thing. So there's a guy we knew when we went to Brazil, and British guy. Looks like the classic kind of. He looks a little douchey, like a douchey kind of frat guy. And he goes there and he doesn't speak any Portuguese. None. 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 But he teaches English. And so his whole thing is people pay him to teach English.
Yeah.
But it's really just more of like you're hanging out with a British dude, and you just kind of get that to hang out with me, and I'm going to be conversational with you. And every now and then you'll be like, what's that word? And then I'll tell you, and that's it. And he doesn't even want to speak Portuguese at all. And he was there for 3 years doing that.
Wow.
Just being like, yeah, I teach English, and I just hang out with different people every night, and then they pay me to teach them English, but we're really just hanging out at a bar and just talking.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
And then there are people who look maybe a little bit more like maybe a Mexican person that goes there, and they don't get that same level of pay or clientele because it's like you're not what they wanted. They wanted like a guy that looked white. They wanted a gringo.
Yeah. I mean, jobs like that do exist too. Like I think in a lot of places in Asia, they just need like a white face. You know. So in Thailand, I just felt, you know, I didn't feel respected. Like profession wise, like trying to get a job, like a second job. And like, I just felt like everything was beautiful there.
That sucks.
But yeah, like I felt also like.
You kind of felt like a second class.
Yeah. That's exactly.
I get that. That makes sense. That sucks.
Yeah.
I've never would have perceived that happening, but that does make sense that happens.
Yeah. And like this guy who was dating my friend at the time was stealing from her purse. And I saw him do that. And I was like, don't do that. I'm watching you. And he chokes me in the middle of the street in front of 7-Eleven. Yeah. So
why?
I don't know. He was drunk. And I was like, I guess like telling him not to steal like money from her purse.
But he felt like he could get away with it because you're not white.
That's right.
Oh my God. That's nuts.
Yeah.
This is something that's lost, I think, on the average American, even me, because I never would have perceived that I have that power somewhere else on the planet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That is wild, because I don't think he would have done that. Yeah. That's
right. So it just felt really bad to me. So I left. And I don't know, like
You didn't want to go anywhere else?
I mean, I traveled quite often while I was there in Thailand. I went to Cambodia.
Yeah.
Went to Vietnam. Went to Myanmar for like a day. Traveled all around Thailand. But no, like I didn't really want to live anywhere else after that, because I mean, it's beautiful. I'll go visit, but I don't think living there is for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. America. Another win for America.
Yeah. So I came back to America.
Another win for the USA.
It's really, truly amazing here. When you see what other people deal with, like middle class, or lack of middle class, just like really, really high class and then really, really like low class, or like, low socioeconomic level. You're just like really grateful I'm really grateful when I come back home.
Of what we have here. Yeah. I think that's really the big thing, is the fact that our poorest poor and our richest rich person can still find some kind of common ground. Like I don't think that's like that in other places. Like in Brazil, it's very similar. Like the rich people are in one area and then the poor people are in another. But there's never like an intermingling place, There was a guy I was talking to on here. He was a Russian guy. And he was saying that was the first thing he noticed when he came to the United States. He's like, I noticed how it doesn't matter who you are. Everybody's sort of on the same page. Everybody's sort of at the same level. You don't ask someone like what caste you're in or like where you're at. It's just everyone's treating everybody like they're at the same level, which is really cool. But then there's the homeless, is what he said.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, the homeless is not great, but
yeah, I don't know. I think it's getting a little better than
where it was. It was pretty bad for a while, but I do think I'm downtown a lot, and it's still pretty bad down there.
Yeah, downtown, like it's kind of scary.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know, like what. I feel like they're like angry.
Yeah.
They're very angry. The homeless people downtown in Austin are angry.
I've had a lot more exposure to them this last year. They're harmless though. That's the thing also, is that sometimes they get angry and they're like, I want to die. Like they get in your face, but they're also just so not going to do anything. They're just kind of, they don't have the strength, I think, to do anything.
Probably.
They're just sort of like, they get a little loud and rowdy, but I mean, other than that, they're fine. They're harmless.
Yeah.
It's just sort of sad that that's a huge piece of our, perception here. Like when you get here, that's what you see. And it's like, that sucks.
Yeah. And I think it all really started because of the camping.
Yeah, the camping thing got bad.
Yeah.
I think it's the Arch Center. They need to move that thing. You know, the homeless shelter on 7th?
Oh, yeah.
It's like the worst place for that ever. If they just moved it, then...
But then nobody
wants
it in their neighborhood. Yeah. So it's like...
That's where it is.
Like, imagine if they moved it here. You'd be pissed off.
Oh, I'd be furious.
Yeah.
I would be furious if they did that.
Yeah.
And maybe it is better that it's right there just because it is already the center for debauchery. So why not?
That's what I'm thinking.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just bad optics.
Oh, yeah,
to be like, oh, we're visiting Austin. Here's a big famous street. Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, just homeless everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Like, I was just wondering, do you know, like, how long?
However long you want to go.
Okay. Because I do have a call at 3. Wait, let me just tell her 3:30. I think I can do like 10 more minutes.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
However long you want to go, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, this is fun. Like,
it is fun.
I'm getting used to the
style.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes you realize how unoften you're in a situation where you need to keep a conversation going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It really makes you realize, like, oh, a lot of times you kind of go, okay, and then you walk off, or you just kind of end the conversation there. But never are you in a position where it's like you're challenging yourself to find the next fun thing to talk about. You know?
Yeah.
And I think that's cool. I think it is a cool thing. Because it forces you to dig a little deeper, which I think is cool.
Yeah, I think so too. You're right. Like it's usually right. I like get what I need. Well, I hear what I need to hear, and then like I'm off.
It's almost transactional.
Yeah.
Same thing. I do that like even at a party. You know, you'll talk to someone for a little bit, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go flop around. Or you just sort of duck out of a conversation. But in this situation, it's more like, what else? What else?
It's
what
intentional,
else?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, intentional is a good word for it.
Yeah.
But I've been enjoying it. I think it's a good way to just kind of get to know somebody too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Like I learned a lot today about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool setup too.
Would you do one?
I thought about that for like my own marketing things.
Yeah.
Because I'm so behind on that, like branding, marketing, all this stuff, and I need to start doing more of that. I mean, that's why I made the switch to brokerage, to Compass as well, from my smaller brokerage. That was, I don't know, like they had 200 people maybe, but like there was no name really behind them because they also didn't really put much into their branding.
Yeah.
And so I think, I would definitely try a setup and, yeah.
I recommend it. I think so far it's been one of the more fun things I do. And it gets me out of my shell a little bit too. I've noticed, like I said, I don't like traveling. And I don't really like leaving my house. So this is perfect.
Oh, yeah. You just get people to come to you.
I get people that I'm like, hey, I know you. You're interesting. Like, let's come and just hang out, chat. I think it's a cool way of doing that. And then I can still do my videos and my editing. So it just kind of bridges everything that I like doing into one place, which has been cool. Has been cool.
Why did you start doing this?
Like I was saying, I mean, if it's good for clips. So what I want to get to is a point where I can make a lot of these clips and videos that I can keep putting on my social medias. But just doing the up close video of like me in my bed is not enough. It's just not enough content. I don't have enough things to talk about.
Yeah.
But a podcast is perfect because we're just chatting. And if someone says something interesting, boom, that's a clip, content. That's another,
Yeah.
piece of content met. And I'm also getting a win because, again, I'm meeting people, talking to people, learning a little bit about people. And it's just fun. So
Yeah, it is.
kind of brings it all together, I think.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of marketing would you do if you were going to start working on new ones?
So I actually have my friend Jordan. He is a filmmaker, and he's actually flying in on Sunday to help me. Like he's bringing his equipment. He rented out a few things here, and we're gonna make some clips.
Oh,
like
cool.
Talking head clips
About real estate?
About real estate.
Oh, that's good.
And then he's gonna shoot on like locations, like famous spots in Austin. Like I'm gonna open a few doors. Like just make different clips of me doing real estate and talking about real estate, and hopefully that amounts to something.
No, it should.
Yeah, I mean, so I do a lot of my business is online, and so the first thing you do when you know somebody or when you meet somebody, a lot of times like you Google them, right? And so I'm trying to create content where like if they Google me, they'll see it and they'll be like, oh, okay, well that person
is a human being.
Yeah, is a human being, like knows real estate and can help me. Yeah,
that's good. I think the goal is just to have a lot of that too, and to just sort of flood the internet. That's kind of the goal too now.
Yeah. Like I'll feel more comfortable starting to make like my own content. Like you're really great at making content. And that's how I know you, because I saw one of your TikTok videos about like rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so. And you talked to Sam. You remember you knew Sam?
Yeah, Sam Abbott.
Oh, she's married. She has kids.
Oh my gosh, she has kids now?
She has a kid. I don't know if she has a second one yet.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, she has kids. Her brother is having a kid. Her other brother has a kid. I love the Abbotts. They're great. That's funny. I remember that's how we met. Yeah, it was through that video. That is so funny.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and I feel like
that's what content does. It opens a door. It's amazing.
Yeah, but like not everyone. Like I am pretty camera shy, and I just don't feel very comfortable or confident to make a piece of content. And I know it doesn't have to be perfect, or interesting. You just got to start doing it.
Yeah.
And so basically, I'm having a little help from my friend Jordan coming over to help me like make a mini series, and then later on I can start doing it on my own.
Yeah.
Like have a few like produced content pieces, and then like also stuff that I just do on.
Some of the content pieces that you and your husband do are pretty good though, like the ones that saw the open house.
Yeah,
those are solid. I think if you just keep doing those, keep it light. I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's the most important thing is consistency. Like that is the key, is to just keep putting it out there.
Yeah.
Because eventually something's going to hit.
Yeah.
That's kind of how the internet works, is something hits. And that's like with my TikToks and everything, there's a sea of garbage on there. Like just so much crap that if I showed someone today, they'd be like, that's cringy. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But if you get a gold one, that's the one that everybody sees and everyone praises you for.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Like I need more consistency, but like life happens, like it just, then it's like, ugh, or you get tired and you're like, do I really want to, go to a house, or like, I don't know, like doll up and be in front of the camera and
right.
talk, like what do I talk about,
That is a lot.
And then people will judge me, just like different things.
The judgment one is going to happen regardless, but I think the good ones are just like you guys outside, hey, we're going to check this house out, and then walk through the open house, videos of everything, and then just post it. Who cares, It's funny how I saw this thing the other day, and it was like people get discouraged because their video only got like 100 views or something. But think about it. 50 years ago, people would pay huge money to even get 100 eyes on something. So you know, all it takes is one guy or one girl, whatever, to watch that video and go, oh, look, that's a pretty good realtor. We could use that, you know?
Yeah.
But
So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, let me see.
You got to call it?
Yeah, I have to call. I have to call like in 6 minutes. So
Let's call it.
yeah.
And we're done. Peace, peace.
Yay.
See ya.